Alright ladies, if there is one thing that your father probably never warned you about, is to never fall in love with a man before asking these 3 questions. Now the purpose of these questions is to protect yourself from time wasters, heartbreak, and disappointment. And guess what? These are not questions that you're going to ask him. These are questions that you're going to ask yourself, because most of the content out there focuses on questions that you should ask men and what to say on a date. And if you're not questioning yourself on the choices that you're making, you're going to keep attracting the same thing. Now, before we go to the questions, I want you to understand that self-aware women never fall in love with a man. They fall in love with the connection, okay? Self-aware women fall in love with the connection because the connection shows the true reality of the relationship. Now, let me give you an analogy. Imagine that you find the best dancer in the world. The way that he looks on the dance floor and the way that he dances to the rhythm, okay? He's like the best dancer that you've ever seen. But then when you start dancing with him, you're completely out of sync. He steps on you, you step on him, and it's a complete mess. So what is the point of having the best dancer if both of you cannot dance to the same rhythm? And this is what the 3 questions are going to help you find. A man that knows how to dance with you, a man who values you and appreciates every single thing that you do for him. Now, before we go to the 3 questions, give me 10 seconds, okay? I have a quick announcement that if you are a woman over 40, okay, and you're tired of wasting time on inconsistent men, I'm hosting a free live training where I'm going to teach you how to attract a man who values you. This is one of the best trainings I ever done, and it's going to be live on Zoom. So if you're interested, comment the word value, and I'm going to reply with the link to sign up. Now, I know that a lot of you want the quick tips, and you're going to go to the comments and wait for someone to post the 3 questions. You're going to read the questions and you're going to think, okay, I got the video, I understand. But quick tips, okay, shortcuts are not going to give you lasting results. So pay attention to every single concept that I'm explaining on this video, because I promise you, if you understand this and you start embodying it, nothing is going to be the same in your love life. The first question that I want you to think about is this. If he couldn't speak, would his actions make you feel loved? So I want you to not think about anything that he texted you, anything that he told you in person, on the phone. Remove his words. Think about that you're watching a movie, a silent movie in black and white. Are his actions truly making you feel appreciated and valued? Because this is what I want you to think about, okay? When people say words, it's usually because they want to extract something from you, right? Words take very little energy, but when you take action, that requires some energy. So usually when somebody takes action, it's because they want to give something to you. So make sure that you're always choosing a giver. Now, question number 2. Does he respect your boundaries without constant reminders? Every time that you express a boundary, okay, is he always trying to cross it? For example, physical intimacy. If you're trying to get to know him, or if you're already in a relationship and you're not in the mood, or you don't want to be intimate, does he keep always applying pressure to you that you have to constantly remind him, hey, I don't feel comfortable doing this? But I want you to remember, when you put a boundary, okay, a boundary is like a wall and people are going to crash into it. There's going to be tension when you're saying no, when you're putting a boundary. There's going to be conflict, and that is completely okay. You need to stand firm on exactly what you believe in, and people will always respect you more, especially men. And what I want you to understand is that there's no right or wrong on any of this, okay? It's all about honesty. When you say that you don't feel comfortable with something, you don't need to go into a whole explanation why you feel that way. Like, hey, I don't feel comfortable with you following all these models on Instagram because I consider that disrespectful to me. Hey, I don't feel comfortable the way that that female friend texts you. I consider that disrespectful because I don't text any of my friends any of the things that she texts you. So if you want to continue that communication with her in that way, it's completely okay. But my relationship, a connection that I'm looking for, is not somebody that is going to be talking like that to other women. And that's it. You don't need to explain your whole boundary, like why you feel this way, when did you learn this, something that happened in your past. You don't need to explain any of this. This is how I feel. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. This is my personal belief, and this is what I'm looking for. And question number 3, does he support your growth even when it challenges him. Now, something that happens is that many men, what they're looking for is a cheerleader, okay? You're always supporting him in everything that he wants to do, his work, his life, his goals, all of this. But when it comes to you, you're always in the background, you're the maid of the house doing things for him, and he never considers any of your aspirations or the things that you want for yourself. Like, I'm genuinely interested every time that my fiance speaks about her career, the things that she wants to do for her own business, teamwork, right? Whatever she does for herself is always going to be good for the relationship. So as corny as it sounds, you gotta make sure that you're choosing somebody that is thinking about us, about we, instead of I and what I want for myself. Because what I want you to remember, ladies, is that the man that you choose is a reflection of the love that you have for yourself. So like the first question that we talked about, that we discussed, that we were saying, look at his actions, you have to apply the same thing to yourself. Forget about everything that you're saying about yourself, okay, and look at your own actions, how much you're showing up for yourself. Because when you truly love yourself, you don't choose men who test your value, you choose men who recognize it. Alright, ladies, so those are the 3 questions that I wanted to discuss today. And like I said, write them down, save the video, whatever you need to do so you never forget about these concepts. Because better than watching 1,000 videos and understanding 100 concepts is comprehending, really grasping the main concepts that can affect your love life. And this is one of them. And like I said, if you are a woman over 40, okay, and maybe you are divorced, maybe you're a single mom, maybe you're dating right now and things are not going well, if you're tired of wasting time on inconsistency, I'm waiting for a miracle, for the perfect man to come and knock on your door. In a few days, I'm hosting a free live training to teach you how to attract a man who values you. So if you're interested, just comment the word value and I'm going to reply with a link to sign up. And of course, if you don't have your notifications on, just come back to this video, find your comment and look at the link that I left you.
And the last question that I want to ask you, because, some ladies are watching this, they're probably identifying with what you're saying, but they never done any coaching. Like, I don't know, you told me you have done therapy before, but you haven't done any coaching, right?
Yeah, I've done therapy just to go through my divorce, but never was about relationships.
What do you think for the ladies that are watching that are kind of hesitant? Like, should I even, how does this even work? Should I even try coaching?
I mean, if I can say 1 million out of 100, like, they should do it to understand ourselves better. And it's okay if we get help with that. It's fine, because we all have probably wrong perspectives about how relationships go, especially if you have been trying and it hasn't been working. So there's something wrong you're doing. And this program and getting help from someone who knows help you understand you first, to be able to get to that relationship that you really dream of in your head, like put it into real life.
Know thyself always first, right? For your relationships to change, you need to change.
That's right. Yeah, that's right.
Awesome.
And there's nothing wrong with it. We need to change. It's not like I'm giving up for him. No, it's for me.
Thank you so much. That was beautiful. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, Ismael.
Anyways, thank you for subscribing to my channel, and remember that for your relationships to change, you need to change, okay? Have a beautiful day.